Our story, Coyote, Spider-Man, and the Rock, a legend of the White River Sioux. This is a legend of the Lakota, adapted by writer Nancy Boatwright. Here's where it begins. Once, Coyote was walking with his friend Iktomi, the Spider-Man. They came upon Aya, the rock. This is a nice-looking rock, Coyote said. Look at the lines of spidery green moss that cover it. These lines could tell a story. I think this rock has power, but he must feel cold. I will give him my blanket. So, Coyote removed the thick blanket he was wearing and laid it on the rock. Here, friend rock, take this as a present. Ah, that is a fine blanket, Iktomi said. So many colors and so thick. You are certainly in a giving mood today. I am always giving things away, Coyote answered. Now doesn't I look fine in my blanket? It's his blanket now, Iktomi said. Coyote did not reply, and the two friends walked on. Soon a cold rain began to fall. Before long, the rain turned to hail. Coyote and Iktomi found a cave where they could wait out the storm. However, the cave was cold and wet. This did not bother Iktomi, for he had his thick buffalo robe. But Coyote only had his shirt. He began to shiver, and his teeth chattered. "Oh, friend of mine," Coyote said to Iktomi, "go back and get my blanket for me. I need it now, and that rock has no use for it. He has gotten along for years without it. Hurry, I'm freezing." Iktomi ran back to the rock. "My friend needs his blanket back. May I have it, please?" But the rock said, "No, I like having this beautiful thick blanket. What is given is given." Iktomi returned to the cave. "He won't give it back," he told Coyote. Coyote became angry. "I'll go get it myself. After all, it was I, not he, who paid for it. Ungrateful, no-good rock." "Friend, be careful," warned Iktomi. "There is power in that rock. Maybe you should let him keep it." But Coyote could not be talked out of it, and he set off to get his beautiful blanket. "Hey, rock," he called to Aya. "What need have you for this blanket? I'm freezing. Let me have it right now." "No," said the rock. "What is given is given." Then Coyote jerked the blanket away from the rock and wrapped it around himself, saying, "I need it more than you, so that's the end of it." "Not the end," said the rock. By and by, the rain hailed. The rain and hail stopped. The sun came out, and Coyote and Iktomi sat in front of the cave, sunning themselves, while they ate pemmican and fried bread. They were feeling warm and peaceful when suddenly Iktomi said, "What's that noise?" "What noise? I don't hear anything." "There's a rumbling and crashing from far off." "Ah, yes, I hear it now," Coyote said. "It's getting louder and nearer. What can it be?" "I have a pretty good idea," Iktomi replied. "Friend, I think we should get out of here." And then they saw it. The great rock, Aya, was rolling, thundering, crashing towards them. "Run, friend! Aya means to kill us." Coyote and Iktomi ran as fast as they could, but the rock kept coming, steadily gaining on them. "Let us swim across the river," Iktomi shouted. "The rock is heavy. It will sink to the bottom, and we will be saved." They swam to the other side, but the rock came rolling right behind it. It rolled across the river as if it were a dry bed. "Quick, into the trees!" Coyote cried. These great timbers were surely stop Aya. Into the thick forest they ran, but the huge rock came rolling after them, splintering everything in its path. Coyote and Iktomi managed to stay just ahead of the powerful rock, but when they emerged from the forest and saw the flat land stretching before them, they stopped. How could they hope to escape now? "Friend Coyote," Iktomi said, "I have no quarrel with the rock, and I have just remembered some pressing business I must attend to. So long!" Iktomi rolled himself into a ball, became a spider, and disappeared down a mouse hole. Coyote ran on, but soon he grew weary. The rock thundered right over him and flattened him. Then Aya, the rock, gathered up the blanket and returned to his own place. Coyote lay lifeless as it seemed on the flat ground, but he too had power. He could bring himself to life. This time it took the whole night for him to return to his usual form. That was fortunate, for it gave him time to think. And while he was thinking, he decided that it was a good thing to be generous of heart. If you give something, give it forever, he concluded.